Negro, the Moors ain't Native American neither. Job power. Big king. Now I'm on y'all head today. I just can't help myself and shit. Been smoking that good. Hey, listen here, man. Now the Moors, y'all been hanging around white people too long. Up in Europe. So, cause which is it, Negro? I say that the Dravidians and the Africans is the same. You see on the left, you see the Dravidians, what y'all call Native Americans. Then on the right, you see the Moors. Nigga, you got all them European clothes on, talk about you a Native American. Negro, get your mind right. Just done been caught up around Europeans too long, Negro. Done went over there in the war on Zion, shot up your own brothers in Ethiopia and shit, helping Mussolini too. And goddamn down there in the Congo with goddamn Prince Leopold and shit. The Moors was down there helping them. Yes, you was down there helping your Freemason goddamn brother. Yes, you was. Yes, you was, Negro. Even in Mali and shit, the Moors and Songhai and shit. The Moors helped take that shit down. All right. So if you Negroes don't get y'all mind right, cause both of these peoples originate in Africa. Period. Period. It just one went one way and one went the other. The Moors left goddamn North Africa and went into Spain with your nappy ass head, Negro. And then you look at the Dravidians, their head was nappy too. They went into Asia. Straight hair is an Asiatic gene, man. Period. Don't care where you at in the world. You got some straight ass hair and you ain't using no just for me. Your ass got some Asian blood. Period. Caucasians. Even though, they swear, Caucasus Mountains and goddamn Asia. Period. That's where the white man come from. Just what we was talking about. But these two people right here was the same. They just took two different routes. And then, the Moors, niggas know they got their African. You just done went up there and been sleeping with all them white women. Yes, you was. Yes, you was. And helped create a third race. Yes, you did. Yeah, look at the Italians and shit. Them motherfuckers down there in Sicily black today. Period. But them motherfuckers, they'll say they Spanish and all this other shit. But if you look at them motherfuckers don't look no different than these Negroes on the right. But these Negroes on the left, though, with, y'all black people, y'all want to be, if you want to be a Dravidian, that's cool, because they African too. Period. According to what they say, not what John Powell say, okay? So, these two people right here, see how the Moors do? Came right over here, showed the Europeans where America was, St. Alejandro or whatever his name was, right on the ship, pointing Christopher Columbus and Amerigo Vespucci right over here, man. The Moors, the maps came from the Moors, man. And I done showed y'all all them European maps that was rewritten for Europeans to understand, okay? Because it was originally written in Kushite language, period. Period. And unless you was a Kushite and living during that dynasty, what do they say about the Kushite joint today? Even though they can't read the ones up in Egypt. Talking about some Sean Pellion. But what do they say about the Kushite glyphs? They can't read them. So when you get them maps and you do the land graph and the surveys of these maps, they all start in Nubia. Was the starting point of all those European maps, every last one of them, the one Amerigo Vespucci had, the one Christopher Columbus had, all them European explorers had handed down maps that came from the Moors. Period. In the other way, the European thought the goddamn earth was flat. Like, what's my man name on here? Brother Sanchez and shit. Think the earth is flat with a damn monster at the end of it and they gonna eat your ass, a Gila monster and shit. So that was the extent of their science, 99 leagues under the sea and all that shit. That cause they ass was sinking with them raggedy ass boats. So both of y'all see, because there's people in the black people in America that want to be Native American again. How can you explain the straight hair, man? You can't. There's no way. In the word aborigine, you got the word gene. Okay? And when you look at their genetic origin, they come from Africa. And they Afro-Asiatic. So niggas want to say the Asiatic black man. Trump about to send niggas to India anyway. So you might as well go and hop on there with the little Aztecs and shit and go on to India or whatnot. Because you ain't the first people. Just because the Moors. Just because you showed some Europeans over here, that don't mean you in no indigenous American. Goofy. Okay. And then the black Native American, copper Native, whatever y'all is. Just because you black Negro and you see some black people on the wall, that do not make them native, okay? They don't make them motherfuckers native because, again, in the word, for you motherfucker, in the word aborigine, again, is the word gene. And when you look at either one of these men, on either damn side, both of their origins is in Africa. Period. So both of you goofy tribes and shit, quit with the goddamn tribalism. And get your mind right, nigga. You trying to take back a land that you ain't even Native American to. And it don't belong to no Europeans. They be trying to say some Vikings came over here. And you get out of here, man. If in Christopher Columbus time, the damn 14 and 1300s and shit, they still thinking that the sea is too, the world earth is flattened and the sea is too far to travel. What you think they were doing in Viking time then? Get out of here, man. So that shit ain't gonna work either. See what got y'all motherfuckers is, it's hard to explain how these nappy-headed black people on the walls of the codex. And it just like, which I'm going to show, and I might do that today too. When you look on, Bobby Hemmett was talking about it, and I played that for y'all. And it was showing the Tom who, the Root, and the Himmahu, which is the mixed race, which is Greek and African and shit, or whatever. And they show, so it's the same thing in the Mayan Codex. You see the difference between an African black man, Mayan Asiatic black man, and then you got the Aztec, which was the last on the scene. Okay? And one fact that they cannot prove, because the Olmecs, you can't find not one body during the Olmec period. So what are the Olmecs? And I played this for y'all. I think Dr. Cobble was talking about it. And go scroll down there and watch them videos. He says, all the Olmec did was came over here and left his statue. No, that was the Mexicans. The Mexicans down in Mexico, when you go down there, they gonna tell you that these people came from across the sea and left these statues for people that was to come after them to show that they were here first. That's all that was. That's why you can't find no Olmec bodies. They went back home. Because they say the same thing about the Olmec and the Mayans just disappeared. Them niggas went back to Africa, nigga, period. From which they came. All the monuments are on the sea facing towards West Africa. The door of because that's central in Egyptian culture. And that's another thing. When you look over here, you see the ancient black man over here got Egyptian culture or Nubian culture. And then later on, you see people coming from India and all that with all these feathers, which would be the Dravidians, our brothers that come from the Pacific. Even come from the Pacific, which they African too. The African black man was the first man to populate Asia. That's why today Asia, it was and India was once known. It's India still known as Indus Kush, which is the Asiatic black man, nigga, coming up out of Kush, which is Africa. So both of you goofy tribes ain't now one of y'all native. Well, I don't care if you black, nigga. And not saying you Asian or indigenous or some shit. Nigga, we African. We African. Because everybody on this picture is a black man coming up out of Africa. You just went out two different ways. These Negroes went from, West and East Africa up into North Africa, they all into Spain. And then they came out to America through the transatlantic slave trade, showing the Europeans how to get here with them maps, okay? That's just facts. Then the other man on the right, this sister, these brothers right here, they come up out of Africa like 90,000, 70,000 years ago. Proving a fact. And they populate Asia. And the little, what they call them, the Neanderthals or whatnot, was trapped in the goddamn Russia in all that ice. And once it started to melt, they started to come up out the mountains and start to mate and conquer and mix and all this shit. In certain areas, Blakey-O-Mento started to take place. Like in Egypt. Okay? So, family, you two tribes, y'all little brothers and shit. Most of you niggas is older than me and still little brothers and shit. Because you need to get your knowledge up and shit. Moors, all y'all niggas. Not all y'all. Some of y'all got some little science. Y'all know y'all African. Y'all, because I see you wearing the unk, nigga. Take the unk off then. Quit trying to confuse people. Okay? And that go for these brothers right here. And sisters right here. If you ain't African, take the unk off then, nigga. Man, we had the unk too. Show it. You damn sure ain't have it before the Africans did. Jump out.